Huh? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2017 movie Alien Covenant. So this movie is directed by Ridley Scott, who directed the original movie and the previous movie in the franchise, Prometheus. And in this movie, a crew of a colony ship called the Covenant are bound for a remote planet on the far side of the galaxy, which turns out to be a dark, dangerous world and has only one inhabitant, who is David from the previous movie, Prometheus, and he's a android, and there's also another android that's played by Michael Fassbender named Walter too. There's a whole subplot with the two of them trying to figure out stuff about the history of humanity and stuff like that, and one is good and one is evil and all that, but the human characters are also having to deal with the xenomorphs, who we find out the origins of how they first got started and where they first came from in this movie. I thought this was a pretty good movie. I think I like it a little bit more than Prometheus. Not a whole lot more, but I think I do like it a little bit more than it. It's a pretty good story. Michael Fassbender is excellent in here. Once again, there's a lot of scenes where it's just him working with himself, because he's playing two different characters in it. There's just a lot of scenes where it's just them talking, and they're pretty decent scenes and stuff, although I did wish we could have got more xenomorph action and stuff. We didn't get to see as much of them as I was hoping for, but what we did get was pretty cool for the most part. There is some bad CGI that doesn't look very good, but most of the visuals hold up pretty decently and everything. It has good practical sets and stuff like you would expect out of the Alien franchise and everything, and but I will say the CGI on the xenomorphs is kind of off-putting and kind of takes me out of the movie and stuff, knowing how good they look in the other movies and stuff. So I will say that this is probably the worst that some of the xenomorphs have looked in the franchise. They like rank with Alien vs. Predator and the CGI on them in the first one, but it's still a good movie. Still entertaining. It's got a really great cast too. Aside from Michael Fassbender, you got Danny McBride, who gives a really good performance in here. He doesn't have a lot of really serious scenes where he's having to be really serious and stuff, but there's this one scene in particular with him that's really emotional, and he gives a really great performance in that scene, and it shows that he can be a really good actor when given a chance to be in something serious. And he's really good in here and everything, and he's a really likable character throughout the movie too. And then you got Catherine Waterston and Billy Crudup, and both of them are really good too in here in their roles and everything. But really and truly, I just feel like Michael Fassbender just steals the show the most out of everybody in here. He's just absolutely great in this movie, and I love the xenomorphs and stuff too. Like, getting to see the different types of xenomorphs that we see, because we get to see a few new kinds. There's this one that's white, or that's like an albino one that's pretty cool looking and everything. It's not exactly the same thing as a xenomorph, I don't think, but you could tell it's kind of like in the same family as the xenomorphs, and it looks pretty cool and everything. But I love when we finally get the classic ones. It is cool getting to see them again and everything, not having seen them in a new movie in a while. But all in all, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was pretty good. It's not one of my most favorites. This one and Prometheus, neither one would be one of my most favorites in the franchise. They're not ones that I'm probably going to want to revisit very often, but they're pretty decent. They're worth watching every now and then and everything. And this was a decent prequel. I wish we would get at least one more movie so that he could finish his little prequel trilogy to the original Alien movie, or however he wanted to do it. I wish we'd at least get one more, but who knows, maybe Disney will do another one, I don't know. I know they're working on a show at least, so we'll see. But all in all, I think this is pretty entertaining, and it's not one of my most favorite movies but in the franchise, but I still enjoyed it for what it is. It's a lot of fun and everything, so I'd give it an 8 out of 10. It's really enjoyable. It's worth watching every now and then. It just, like I said, it's just not one of my most favorites either. So, anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Alien Covenant, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.